It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night primetime.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Hurts. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it'll be second down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
An early scramble can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarter.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he's taken down inside the 30. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was, and making sure they didn't get there. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. 49 yards for Aaron Jones. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Now a 2nd and 2 as they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, nice move. There he goes, right side. Saquon Barkley. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And now out comes Minnesota.
At their own 36-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. They go play action with Hurts. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the... Does the big boy have the juice? And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
87 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
But first down, Hurts. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. Great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Trying to wedge his way in there, no signal. I don't think he got there, he didn't. Two trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give them 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, McCarthy. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down, here's Hurts. And that one too wide and incomplete. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea?
It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and this is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. But I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the Eagles 16-yard line.
Off the play fake. McCarthy, he'll buy some time right. Complete. Jefferson the target. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Now back to throw. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Slant pass, hauled in by Campbell. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man is Uzama. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Throwing on first down. McCarthy. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Off play action. McCarthy. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. 15 yards there on the catch and run. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
touchdown Vikings! Justin Jefferson, 38 yards. And the Vikings have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. And he returns this to the 22.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Back to throw again.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down, because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
An inside give to Jones.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
121 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings are able to extend their lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.